Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know whether you're out of bed, I don't know whether you're up and about, I don't even know whether you're here or there, but we are on Saturday, the 14th of December, and it's 2024. And I thought to myself, good morning, James, I thought to myself this morning, I'm not sure whether I can turn up. We are live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on X, and we're also on Clubhouse. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 platforms. That's one for every day of the week that we're at work. Well, those of us that do 5 days anyway. So there's 7 days in a week, and I'm going to talk to you about that. Not about the week or the 7 days, just about what we're going to do in them. This morning, we are fostering trust. And I'll be honest, I've been on a big journey right around the universe. While I was doing that, actually, I'm just going to turn this light on because my new houseplant requires light. And I also quite like looking at it, so I've turned it round. Maybe I shouldn't do that on social media, but to be honest, I don't care. So good morning. Yeah, so I went carol singing last night, and that was quite a trusting process. I've had a lot of challenge today. I'm going to be really honest with you. An awful lot of challenge. Just turning up for myself. I'm a little tiny bit tired. And it's because I've been doing some late nights. I've done a bit of carol singing. I went to the hub party, which was more like getting around the Christmas tree and saying hello to each of your neighbours. Not as many people went as I think I would have liked, but at least it wasn't too busy. So I've had a couple of nights that have been much later than my usual beddy buys, and that's usually about 9 o'clock for those people that find that a bit strange. I also get up at 4 in the morning. It's what my ex calls he calls it airport time. And Jay gets up at airport time. And the reason I do that, I'll be honest, it's because previously I've not really found it that easy to show up for myself. I wonder what I mean, actually, because that wasn't what I started when I started thinking about fostering trust this morning. I wasn't thinking about myself. I was thinking about how everybody else can learn to trust me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure that any of us should really behave in a way or even think about the way of how other people should trust us. This week, I was in a working party for the state of social workers. I don't mean, what state they're in, although, I've met a few. I mean, the state of play, the workers, what do you call it, conditions for social workers, because I am one in training. I've also been part of the union, the NUT. I am a bit of a nut. National Union of Teachers. I've been part of them as well because I'm a SENDCO and a LENCO in Wales, an Additional Learning Needs and Disability Coordinator. I've organised and coordinated special educational needs schools and departments and organisations, and I've had to foster trust. I became a therapist after many years of having lots of therapy myself, and studied at East Riding College of Further Education with some amazing people, the first of which of my new business of the last 3 years, the first client of which was referred to me by a fellow therapist, Katie, in Bridlington. And I'm in Wales currently. So thank you, Katie, for beginning what is a long and interesting journey, and not one that I think I would have envisaged without I built what I'm going to talk about today. Now, I also thought today, done a lot of thinking about the subject, but I also then thought about the fact that if I am looking at fostering trust, If I want to be trusted or I want to trust, what do I want to trust? First of all, what do I want to trust? That has to be my first consideration, doesn't it? What do I want to trust? Because we could trust in everything. This morning, I got a Facebook ad for the most amazing shower head that will make my skin amazing because of all the impurities that this shower head's going to take out of the shower that I'm currently using. Right? Right? And there's some amazing reviews. Yeah? No, there are. There's people that are like, my skin is like velvet. My hair has never been so lush. My male pattern baldness has gone. I mean, not quite that bad. But, you imagine the impurities raining down on your head, eradicating your hair follicles and breaking your skin down. Right, yeah. What do I want to trust in? Do I want to trust in a shower head this morning? What can I trust? Can I trust those things, those comments, right? I've got thousands of followers on YouTube. Can you trust that they're mine? That I went and got them on my own, just me, going hello, screaming into the void. I'm just wondering what we want to trust. I can trust that the sun's going to come up. And many other things. But I did think this morning, well, what do I want to trust anyway? And then that sent me down a million rabbit holes. One of which was, well, who do you think you are going on social media? What? I'm sorry? What was that? What am I trusting? Am I trusting that it matters what people are thinking, saying, or doing? Because I care about people, right? I think you're all amazing humans, absolutely incredible. I think we're an amazing feat of engineering. I think it's phenomenal that we breathe, that we get breath, right? I woke up this morning and I was only grateful for the fact that my lungs are filled with air because literally, I'll be honest, I didn't have much trust. And it's because I've been thinking about trust, which is a challenge, isn't it? Every time now that word's not going to mean anything to you. You're going to be like, it doesn't even sound like a word now, MJ. Trust. You've said it so often. And that's really where my rabbit hole went. I literally went round all the burrows and the tunnels of trust and how and what and where and who and all of the questions that you get when you think about whether we trust and what we're going to trust. So I think we've also got another side of this. I do. It's not all, well, we have absolutely no idea what to do today because we're so, as I was when I woke up this morning, pretty much paralyzed with fear because I can't trust the most important thing today. Now, when I woke up, I did say to Arju, who's next to me on this stage in Clubhouse, for those that aren't in Clubhouse, you can't see Jew, and that's okay for you today. If I was you, I'd get yourself to Clubhouse because seeing Jew's an honour. I see him every day. He's a paratrooper. Well, he was. He's not now. He was. And he's done some amazing things in his life. You're going to hear about those as things go on. But this morning, I said to him, I'm going to have to go and have a shower and make a coffee at stupid o'clock because I've been lolling about, not really understanding about trust. And I went and had a shower. And I jumped back on. I'd put a bit of slap on and put some clothes on. I'm going out later. I'd been in the shower. I'd made myself a coffee. I got back in bed because, like you do, well, on the bed, not in the bed, but it's comfy on the bed. I have disabilities. And sometimes I'm in some pain, pretty much all the time. This morning I was in quite a lot of pain. So I was deciding in bed whether I was going to be poorly today. See, I'm always poorly. So I have to decide really at the level of poorliness that exists and whether I'm going to honour it. And oftentimes I don't because I think, well, I'm already poorly. So who do you think I am to be even suggesting I'm poorly? So I didn't. But I did look at the handbag that I bought the other day and I realised I sound like I'm going around the houses, but there was a word on it, literally. stitched in, somebody's embroidered a word, but it just looked like gobbledygook to me because obviously I don't speak, well, I don't speak foreign, any other foreign than the one I am to you. So I looked at the letters and I laid them out and I said, can you tell me what this is in an African language? And on it, it says pretty much so. I can't say it because it's not my language. Discard the story or throw away the matter. Forget it. Forget it. And I think that a lot of this bag, apart from the fact that it's a beautiful African bag made of all sorts of products, I think probably discarded products. Okay, discard the story, throw it away, forget it. Means more than perhaps I realized. And as I looked at the handbag, I thought, now I can move out of the pit where I'd put myself when I looked at what trust was for me. Because when we're meant to trust people, and I've got some people that I don't trust right now. I've got a lot of sticks and stones being thrown at me. I've got a lot of challenges. My own integrity is being challenged. My own honor, my professionalism, my everything is being dug at through the happenings that are occurring in my life. And this is gonna be the case as a social worker. Okay, people can say what they like, when they like, how they like, and I don't hide, and I'm not going to. But the idea that we should forgive and forget, of letting go of people's wrongdoings, and I'm just saying that at the moment I'm meant to have done wrong. Well, I haven't. I haven't done wrong. I've spoken up for myself, and I'm going to continue to do so. But I'm meant as a person fostering trust, okay? Because without trust, what do we have? We don't have a relationship. We don't have a relationship with that entity or that process. It's very difficult to be in it. But the idea of letting go of other people's transgressions is actually absolute rubbish, I think. Forgive and forget. I think that's really dangerous. I don't think that forgiveness erases the mistake. I think even when we're forgiving ourselves, we remember what we did. There's an awareness of the harm that's been done, right? That's what I think. And I think the bag message, which I'd never seen, and I bought the bag 2 weeks ago at the Africa and Wales Collaborative celebration near the Day of the Disabled. It's now my new phrase for it. Just after we'd celebrated International Day of Individuals with Disabilities at the Senedd the day before. But I think that forgiveness is a personal choice, well, one that I'm making now for those people that are, I don't know, transgressing, whatever the word is, making suggestions about me. I shouldn't have put some makeup on, right? Don't put makeup on and then get tearful. That's ridiculous. Silly. I'm going out there, so I don't want to be busy later because I've got work to do. Got people to see today till 3 o'clock. So, and I've got to go early. So we've only got an hour. If they say yay. Yeah, forgiveness is something we make a choice about, and it's instant. But that trust, that has to be rebuilt over time. Now, when I first felt that I couldn't trust the process I was in, I stated it out loud and proud and said, if I don't trust this process, if I don't trust this person, this individual, if I don't understand what they're saying and I need somewhere to go. Where do I go? Not because I didn't trust them, but because I didn't know where to go after that, and I needed a roadmap of where I would go if some of my concerns came to fruition. I think that open acknowledgement for me is key, but for some people, I think it can be a challenge. I think it sets the stage for what we want to happen. Look, I want to trust you. And I think when we get an apology from somebody, um, trust. I think somebody said in the last few weeks that they didn't trust my words. I said I didn't mind, and these things happen, and they said I didn't trust that that's what she was meaning. Well, I think we have to trust what we say, um, and even if we don't feel what we're saying, we say it until we do feel it. If that's the right thing to do, it's a bit like racism or ableism or sexism. We know the right thing, even if the wrong thing feels more comfortable. We keep doing it, and we recognise that, like this morning, the thing that I was missing, and I'm going to tell you what it is soon. The thing that was missing this morning, the one thing I couldn't have, I didn't know how, and I didn't have available just for a while. It recognises that the fact that trust is a gradual process. It's not just instant once you've decided. You can't just feel like it. Oh, she didn't feel like what she said. Well, at least I was saying it. I was doing my very best to mean that everything you were doing was okay, and I understood. It didn't feel like that, okay? It didn't feel like that. And it doesn't while we're rebuilding trust. It doesn't feel like that. So we can't imagine that it's going to. And that thing I was missing this morning, it was a gradual process, just getting to the point where I could work out what to do about it. But in order that I could make it, which is what we were on about, fostering trust, making trust, creating trust, imagineering trust, making it come into fruition like magic, bringing it to ourselves, restoring it. That needed or needs for me, the thing that I came to this morning was, well, it's absolutely nothing about how you feel, this thing that you're missing. So you can't just imagine it's not there because you can't feel it. You're just gonna have to do it. And I think that when we show up in trust, then we do begin to just repeat the behavior until the feelings come. Consistency, right? And consistency requires having the times and the places and the events and the occurrences that are non-negotiable. And then no matter how they feel, turning up. But I also wanted to turn up this morning and say, I didn't want to turn up. I didn't feel like it because I was missing that thing I was looking for this morning. I didn't want to feel, I didn't want to come. I don't want to be here. I didn't want to be here, right? I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. And forgiving myself this morning for not looking hard enough, I felt I had to discard the story. I had to listen to the message sent from far, far away on my handbag that I bought in the Wales in Africa project from the people that were selling them that are disabled across the world who are making things to make their life sustainable. They are trusting in the process of making me the most beautiful handbag that I've been using for the last, I don't know how many years, with a hidden message for me to discard the story. In Zimbabwe, that's means just let go of it. It prevents more conflict when you just let go of it. So when I discarded my story this morning, I created a space in myself for open communication, a space in myself where I could re-establish my own trust in me. It wasn't about ignoring or suppressing all of the things that I'm going through right now, and I'm getting hold of my crystal heart here. It wasn't about it all being okay and me feeling good. It was about me choosing forgiveness, not dwelling on the story, discarding it. Now, I don't know whether you can see that or you can. That's that. There we are. I don't know. There's the handbag. It's an orange and teal handbag. It has the African zigzag patterns stitched in, showing strength, and the letters on it with a big orange, bold, strong band underneath say, discard the story. This morning, I was missing trust in me. I was missing the idea that I could show up anyway. I was missing the idea that whatever I've got to say isn't about me, because it comes through me. It's not of me. Whatever you think about that, think it. You have to do. It's your right. It's your prerogative. And everything outside of my aura is up to you. And you have full 100% entitlement to be it. And I would invite you to explore all of you. And I will do the same. And I am entitled to be me. And I will continue to be. So I rebuilt trust in myself this morning by getting up and doing it anyway. By deciding that fostering trust wasn't about getting other people to trust me, or me trying to trust everybody else, or forgiving and forgetting the transgressions of others against me for those that want to hurt and demolish me. Well, there we are. You have to do what you have to do. And I have to be who I am. And I will continue to be who I am. That, as I continue to get up and foster my own trust in me this morning, I'm going to put some energy out just right now. I'll be honest. And if you want to know about it, I have a couple of hacks that I use. This one smells very lemony. It's a product that's just easy because it puts everything together for you. That bag that I picked up this morning wasn't just a container. I think it was a story of resilience and of being aware of how important it is to let go of the story, your own story, other people's story, the story that we've told ourselves that layers above the values that we hold. I believe, and we're coming to the end, that it could have been sent to protect me, to know that my reliability, my transparency right this morning here live on social media, my empathy towards myself right now, as I am a human, and I do have feelings, allows me to own the mistakes I've made. And maybe, as I got more frightened, as my rights were further and further diminished, I maybe did repeat myself, and potentially I did become insistent. And I'm afraid that most of the time, that's what happens to people. So if you want that to change, maybe you need to change your story too. But actively listening to myself this morning, allowing me to express myself, to express that I didn't feel like it, and I told you I didn't feel like it. I was able to turn up for myself by keeping those promises to myself. I'm here today, whether it's a rest day or a goal day or a boundary day, follow through, right? My own self-care as I got up and showered and washed my hair, it's not dry yet, and got dressed. That discipline over time allows me to create a strong foundation with myself that goes beyond how I feel and allows me to become who I am. It wouldn't matter whether there was me on my own or only one person watched this on social media, or whether anybody didn't comment or does. What matters is that I showed up for myself and I did what I did, and fostering trust begins inside. And that working party I was on about, well, the state of social work, working conditions. I said to that working party, thank you for allowing a mere student to be here. I want to say that I think that creating an industry that's trusted begins with you trusting yourself. When you can trust yourself to be anti-oppressive and inclusive and rights-based with yourself, rights-based with yourself, I think that's a new one on me and them and us. We need to afford ourselves our own rights, and then we can afford other people theirs. So fostering trust and trust building is about showing up for me first and foremost, in my values, with my vision, out loud, out proud, no matter what people say or think or feel. If I know that I'm doing the right thing for me, I'm doing the right thing. So I want to say thank you for allowing me to go down a rabbit hole, along some tunnels, back up the other side, and then, well, round and about and to the point that I was paralyzed, and then moving forward. That's the process of loss and fear, right? Fearful of everything I'm going through, and accommodating everything that I need to be in order to show up and trust myself in this process. So there we are. Ju, good morning. I got up and did it anyway. He's gone. I can't trust our Jew to be anywhere. No. Ah! Yes, I can. Oh, good morning. Again.
Good morning again.
It's good to see you, hear you, be with you.
You forgot to mention your angry neighbor.
Oh, I got done, Jew. I got done, and it's right. I got done because I was awake early, and I did put on my Spotify. I did. It wasn't really what I mean. That's not what she said, but I didn't think it was very loud.
You were rocking it.
My kids will be ashamed. I'm 53 years old. I should know better.
I could hear you right here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I am that powerful, yeah, that I was resonating around Cardiff Bay. I mean, there was people headbanging over on the island. They thought it was a rock concert in Cardiff. They thought I was the rock concert. Anyway, she did, so she came banging on my door. But she didn't say, "Oh, would you mind turning?" She shouted, proper shouted. Anyway, maybe she should have been doing it quietly. I wonder if she woke some other neighbours up shouting. Anyway, I apologised. I apologised. I did. Oh dear. I am sorry of it. I am sorry of it. But I was trying to cheer myself up because I really didn't feel like doing anything. I can't imagine if I was exhausted, man. I was trying to motivate myself when you saw me, didn't you? I wasn't fostering trust, was I, Jim?
No.
Anyway, I got up and did it anyway. And that's the point, isn't it? Even if you don't feel like it, even if the proverbial has hit the proverbial and the neighbour's at the door, you can still move forward anyway, can't you? In spite of your sad feelings about the necessity for you to be whipped publicly for what I've done this morning and then burned at the stake. I mean, that would be the right response. Yes, with all of my possessions, I agree. I think it's the only outcome that can be. I agree with her. I agree with everything she said. Everything.
public flogging.
Yep, without a doubt. Naked public vlogging. Do you see how I get the naked in there? Might as well have a naked public vlog, hadn't I? You know, it's right. I've done a terrible thing, and I am sorry. I was genuinely sorry. I've just stopped shouting that. I'm not so sorry. I'm not so sorry now that you're shouting at me. But I'm quite sorry still. I turned it down. Maybe I'm going to change bedroom. Maybe I better. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe I will. You know, I spend more time in my office than I do in my bedroom. Why is my bedroom bigger than my office? You got any idea?
No.
No. And it's a better view from this bedroom. I might see if my bed fits in here and move it. Do you know, she might have changed my life. She won't care about about a guest getting loud music, will she? It'll be her office or something, or a dressing room. I'll just do that. I'll change bedroom, then I can rock all I want. I'll tell her next time. I can go down and write a note and say the action steps I've taken from the awareness I've got is that I've changed room. Then she can't say I haven't acted on it. If she goes to court to say I was loud. She can't say I haven't done everything I can.
You have changed my life. Thank you.
I now get to look out on the bay at the window. Actually, I'll be honest, it's a floor-to-ceiling window. The other one's only halfway up the wall. I've got no idea why that's my bedroom. Bloody stupid. It's mad. I think she has changed my life, Ju. I think she
Good.
Nice, isn't it? Nice when a grumpy neighbour changes your life. You see, I think it is all about fostering trust building. I trust that she had my best intentions. What do you reckon?
I
reckon the universe had my best intentions this morning. It was like, MJ, change your bloody bedroom, you silly woman. There's only one way to do it, make her feel guilty. All right, I'll fix it. I upset somebody. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. And anyway, David's here on Monday, and he was going to set up the office so he can just swap the bedroom round. Oh my God, that's brilliant. You see, I've even already booked the man. 2 men actually, Charles and David, and Ali. I booked 3 people on Monday to come and do it, and now I've had the idea, all thanks to the grumpy neighbour who was obviously woken up by God to come and shout at me on account of the fact that I needed to change my bedroom. I need to go and tell her she was God sent. Don't I? See, you had no idea when you said that, did you? That was the answer.
No,
me either. I'll be honest. You see, I've told you you're not amusing. Well, you are funny bloody looking. But you're not. I'm joking. It was a joke. It was a joke. What is? You're not funny looking. Well, a bit. You're not. You wear bright clothes, though, you. Come on. Somebody said to me in the lift last night, she literally went, "Oh, look at you." I was like, well, it's hard, but I will. Look at you. Look at those bright clothes. I love those colours. I said, thank you. I was wearing pink, wasn't I? And purple. And purple, obviously. And I had a Rudolph jumper on, and I looked a bit pink and purple. Cerise pink. And I had sparkly trainers on with all sorts of pinks and purples and golds in it. And I did look quite spangly. Well, I was going to a carol service. It's dark. And you want to be able to be seen in dark. I don't want other people coming and bumping into me, do I? I mean, I was in a bright pink wheelchair as well. Anyhow, she said, "Oh, I love those colours. I wish I could wear those colours." I looked at it and I went, "Oh." I said, "Would you not?" She went, No, I daren't. What? Well, like I said to you this morning, I can understand finding it challenging to go on a motorbike at 100 miles an hour and go through a hoop 15 miles up in the air, at speed and at night without practice. I understand being frightened of that or whatever. frightened of wearing bright clothes? I'll tell you what, there's some fear around, isn't there?
Nah.
Yeah. So you wear bright clothes, I wear bright clothes, and I'll tell you, some people wish they could. So we should be grateful to ourselves. Really? Can you imagine being trapped by not being able to wear bright clothes? It must be like, I wonder if it's
Nah.
I wonder if it's a disability. Maybe we should have it
I
recognised.
reckon it's because I must back.
You mean you think that's why I do it? Because I am one. Are you calling me disabled? Huh?
Oh, maybe.
And you know what? I can't believe that on a Saturday in December 2024 you would. Do you know what that's worth? It's worth, it could be worth billions if you're calling me disabled. How do you know I'm disabled? I might not identify as disabled. I may identify as an able-bodied person, Jude. No.
Well, I identify as disabled.
Yeah, we have to do. You know why? Because society
Why?
disables us. Politically, society disables us, but that's a different story for a different day. I still trust in the process. I trust that everybody around us is going to be more inclusive this week, and they're going to be more inclusive with themselves, and they're going to trust themselves, and they're going to buy into consistency, and they're going to think about just getting on with it, even if they feel a bit poopy, because of what we've done this morning, which is obviously to wake the neighbours up.
Well, you
You all right? Blame me. You always do. Have you had fun?
yeah.
I have. I've had fun, even if I got done. I enjoyed getting done. I felt a bit like my mum was telling me off. I did feel like ringing our Joe and going, ringing. Yeah, there we are, and saying, "Goodness me, your mum's getting done for being loud at 53." Not that I'm not loud, but you know what I mean. Loud music. It's a bit of an accolade, really, isn't it? Getting done for being disruptive, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. You're disrupting at 53. You're pretty cool, I think. I was singing loudly last night at the carol singing. I enjoyed it.
Good.
With loud clothes and a loud voice. Can you imagine? Terrible.
Don't know why you're dead.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna dare to change my bedroom as well. I'm gonna dare to change my bedroom today. I'm so excited now about Monday already, because now I've made a whole new decision. I hope my bed fits. If not, I might change my bed. Yeah, I want to be in this room now. I've worked it out. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. Right, I'm going. I'm not going, really. I'm not. ADHD, squirrel brain. Right, let's go do that now. Oh no, not till Monday. Yeah, so thank you, woman that came to tell me off. I had forgotten to mention my neighbour, but I hadn't forgotten now. I've really gone in on it.
You haven't watched later. Now I'm getting up now.
Yeah, he's getting up now. He's on his way. He's just been live on social media. Sorry, Jim.
It's okay.
I'll let our James talk, shall I?
My parents here.
Hello. Have a nice day.
Oh,
Work hard. Oh, he's gone. Bye.
oh,
Morning, James.
Morning, you did a vanishing trick then.
He did. He's
must have been
magic.
quick getting him. They must have been quick dropping him out of bed.
Yeah. They're just taking his
Oh,
phone off him.
That was a bit thingy. That sounded like they were delivering malice intent or something, or maybe a derelict in a curb. But what would I know about that kind of work? I've moved on from that.
Yeah, thank goodness
Stuff.
for that. How are you?
And what a beautiful the people I've talked to this week. I mean, Thursday or Friday. What an absolute boss week I've had up here. the people were so brilliant at listening to me, but I kept it really concise and to the point, as I usually do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I keep it in that sort of union solidarity movement, and that's perfectly fine to just every now and again to not go off on me tangents, as it were.
I get it though, because you know what, I just feel at the moment I have to foster trust in my own belief set about me. You know, I have to trust that who I am is how I am, and I show up for myself. And I'm grateful, to be honest, that I've helped quite a lot of people in difficult circumstances, because when it comes to you, then it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to those that have come before, because I might be a bit of hard work for you, but you have an incredible team that are immensely skilled at that. I mean, the trouble that some of them had on Thursday.
Yes, I understand keeping you to point, but you did it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, it was really good, because I think everyone had. I always have technological problems, but other people had that day, and they handled me really well, because they were also stressed with what was occurring. It was really insightful what happened, and I was really to all the people that were there that day for those meetings. And then you know, you talked about your neighbours. Well,
yeah.
I've got this bloke beneath me, and it's freezing because he always leaves his door open. But I should really let him sell the stuff that's in the shop, I suppose. Who am I to say, no, you can't sell that, you can't sell that? But yeah, everyone's welcome at my place, even for an inspection, and I get told what I can and can't do.
Yeah.
And I've realised that, you know what, when I've spoken to some more official people in St Helens, they've pointed out, well, no, it doesn't actually work like that, and some areas need senior. So I'm sure that when he gets a posted letter that he doesn't always return to me, but when he gets one addressed to himself, I'm sure the 28 days later will be very nice, just nice. That's nice, as that Irish comedian says, and that's very, very nice. Because
I'm glad you stand up for yourself.
I was the first 10 minutes. So I'm going to listen to the replays later, because I was on the market and I have it turned down, but the signal was dropping out. When I'm walking out in public, I've not got any of these headset things, because I'd be tempted to have them on when I'm cycling, and there's just no. I'm not confident that it's safe to have 2 bits of hearing when you're cycling.
No.
There's enough happening on road, and with my ADHD, with the way my brain works,
yeah,
I'm sure that it'd be way too much to focus on the road. I see cyclists all the time with headphones on, but yet they don't have an helmet on.
No.
And I think I know what I'd prioritise. I'd recommend to other cyclists to wear a helmet, and maybe other wheeled vehicle users after what I've seen earlier this year. But it's so easy sometimes to not have all your kit together. I forget my helmet now and again. But it does, because I wear it that often. I'm beginning to notice with me not having as great a hair as yourself. It's like, oh, it's cold today.
Yeah.
It's a bit windy. And then I think,
then you realise,
my head don't feel as heavy. And I've already gone half a mile, but I now say to myself, no, turn around, get the extra exercise, turn around, put it on.
Yeah.
You'll only fall off your bike once. And having witnessed spectacular head crashes earlier this year, I'm certainly, it reminds me, and that was something I wouldn't want to wish upon anyone, but certainly not someone really special anyway. But so as I say, I missed the first 10 minutes, but I've got some really good quality second-hand bicycle parts, and I think my post office bike is going to be transferred into a coffee bike soon. But I've got to get this last bit of DIY done here, because I'm moving all my tools out of kitchen, most of them now, into the cycling shop, and it'll appease the shop owner, because obviously he thinks a kitchen shouldn't have one wall that's a workstation, but I mean, the kitchen is your best workstation because it's the fuel you put into yourself. So you want all the best tools in your kitchen. Now, whether you have them at waist height because you're in a wheelchair, or whether you have them on all the way up to the ceiling because I've got little steps everywhere, that's your choice. I don't think someone should. I don't think someone, just because I'm paying him on time every month, I don't think it gives him the right to criticise my style.
No.
I think that sounds like absolute 101 discrimination. That.
Yeah.
And it does affect me psyche. It does affect my mindset when someone does a say, for instance, a boiler inspection, but you've got 2 boiler engineers. They're obviously congruent in having payments because there's an association, not a family type loving relationship, but a business relationship. They're not gonna bite the hand that feeds them, are they? Unless it's a toxic, dirty hand. But I'm really thankful of where we've gone today with what you said. I did miss the first 10 minutes, so I've kind of summarised my thoughts on everything you've said, because it's been a beautiful room this morning. The fact that you were struggling to get out of bed, I know them days. I really have them like head banging rock and roll days when I just can't lift my neck out of bed. And I think, right, slowly, but from the Tai Chi that Alexia many times has mentioned, the lady there says, just play the piano with your fingers and your toes. And eventually, the circulation and the brain will say, yeah, let's slowly get up.
Yeah.
But my days are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 consistently. They are, at the moment in this cold weather, they're not always happening because I ain't turning the gas on all the time. I know I can sleep with several blankets on, so why throw money away? I can spend it on bicycle parts. Or I could, if I could spend it on handbags if I fancied it, and that's a beautiful choice. If that's your bag, go for it. I say, don't what's your name, because you're spreading the wealth that's helping someone else. Yeah. It's that circle of gratitude, and I'm gonna park it there in the circle, and because I've got a great circle of friends here, and the people
only got 10 minutes
that your house has given me and inclusion, MJ, I'm really thankful. And it was great to meet Alexia a couple of weeks ago. It was beautiful. So I'm going to let her roll into the room now and have a beautiful day, everyone. Thanks, MJ. I'm going to finish my coffee.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Love you. Alexia, are you there?
I'm here, mate.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I want to put one thing out there to people, why they're struggling right now. Because the planet is struggling. And that is where the source of everything comes from. It is so severe now that in Australia, the roads are so hot, it's melting the tyres on the lorries. And I don't mean just a little bit. I mean, like you've taken a huge knife and chopped them up into shreds.
Flipping out.
And those energies do affect us. And it's lovely that you mentioned that you were struggling this morning, because the darker days that makes it harder for us to want to move. I've slowed down a bit. I deliberately didn't get up at 4 this morning. I stayed in bed and I listened to a Miss Marple story. I was doing healing at the same time. But I actually felt better for doing that.
Exactly.
And when you come online later today, you've got a surprise. Daniel's been busy.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, he's been busy. I've now got 2 desks in my office. I've got my big screen on the wall.
Oh, my God.
He's moved my TV in the dining room and put that on the wall. I don't actually like it in one way, but he's actually putting a television in my bedroom because my knee can be so irritable at the moment.
That's a good idea.
It's nice to have it there so that like you said about either being late or needing a day when you need to go to bed early.
Okay.
I don't watch the obvious things. I go looking for what's going on in the world anyway, so that's useful. So what you put out in love and what you worry about, we all do. We do it all the time. I've tried to work out why we do it. I even went back and sort of thought about my childhood, why we put that negative take on things, why people don't like us. But because of the first reason some years ago is this envy. So when they don't like it, they hit out at you because they want to do it, but they very often haven't got the courage to do it.
I've just opened the blind to let the sun shine in. It's beautiful.
Yeah, those glasses you wanted me to have.
Yes.
I can get them through the Sensory for £38.
Wow, that's incredible.
So a little bit of patience, a little bit of love. And as much as it was exciting and irritating at the same time to get the diagnosis of what's wrong with me earlier this year, it's come together at the right time. And this is what life is about. Christmas makes it worse, I think, in some ways, as much as the excitement of Christmas and what comes with it can be lovely. It can also be daunting for a lot of people. They find it a time of stress because they don't normally spend that time as a family anymore. It's only we sit down to the table and have a meal together.
Yeah.
They eat on the move. So when they actually sit down, they feel uncomfortable. So the power you have, power everyone else in the room and in the group has, we all understand that. And the important thing to remember with everything we do is we can't change that lady that had a go at you. You can only change what you do.
Absolutely, which has changed my bedroom.
Exactly, yeah. And it's the same with everything. I mean, I am qualified Ho'oponopono practitioner, but I'm actually just going back through the training again because, as you and I both know, it's always good to go back over something. There's always bits you think you know that you've actually forgotten. And it's really making me think about my approach to things. It won't stop me from being fiery because that's my temperament, but it will teach me to have a bit more control of it. I don't have complete control of it.
I said sorry to her. I didn't have a go back.
No, well, it does happen. I mean, my next door neighbour, they used to be a real problem. I think they actually have more people in the house than they should have. And they'll be the ones I had a problem with the dog with. But now I've shown them that it's their dog that was causing the problem and it's quiet. They're beginning to realise I was right. But they also had a guy that had, bearing in mind, it's not like where you are in a flat. There was quite a wide pathway between us. I'm double glazed with the windows shut. I could still hear his music. That loud is damaging your ears.
Of course.
And he said to me, "You shouldn't be shouting at me." I said, "Well, how are you going to hear me if I don't shout at you?" People don't always realise what they're doing.
No.
And what they're saying.
No, I don't think so. Go on, sorry.
A little bit of love just goes a long way. I think it's hard to do that sometimes this time of year.
So do I. I think it's difficult to keep loving sometimes. And no doubt, she was tired and all the rest. And actually, I didn't know I was affecting somebody else. So I'm glad that she's told me and she's given me a great idea. But I think that continuing anyway, even if, I felt a bit hurt, I just continued to move through my morning, didn't let it affect me because I had a choice, didn't I? I could retain my equilibrium, or I could give it away to her. And I don't need to do that for anybody. So I'm enjoying the sunshine. I really am. The sun's streaming through this window like it's going.
They've left me with 2 pairs of those glasses to find
Wow.
out which one it is that's right.
That's amazing.
So I'll wait for the sunshine to come out so I can try them this morning.
Absolutely. Well, I think I've just been given the gift of the sun to show me that this is the window I should be waking up to every morning. So
Yes.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful to her, and I'm grateful for that happening. It's good to see Joe this morning, and it's great
Yeah.
to see Matt. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to summarize and just say that this morning I didn't want to show up for myself because I felt a little bit disappointed at how hard life is being at the moment. I felt a bit downtrodden, a little bit like it was just too hard, and I decided to do it anyway because actually I wanted to maintain that consistency, to maintain what I was doing, to be here for the people that I promised I would be here for, turn up for myself. And when I did turn up for myself, I found that actually I wasn't left wanting. I think that at this time of year, it's easy not to. It's easier not to than it is to. And I want to continue to turn up for myself. It might mean an extra hour. It might mean wiggling your fingers and your toes just to get your energy going before you start moving. Whatever it means for you today, just show up for yourself however you choose to. I've been Mandy Jane, and we've been in Belonging in Business. We are back on Monday morning at 6 a.m. in the same house, and we are then in the Inclusion House at 7 p.m. on Monday night, 13 hours later. So if you want to be with us twice on Monday, you know where to come. And if you don't, I will see you next Saturday at 8 a.m. in Belonging in Business in MJ's house. You've been fantastic, and I've been a lot more cheerful than I was earlier. My apologies to the neighbour. My apologies to the entire block if my music did, in fact, disturb anybody today. I'm going to make changes by changing to this room. So next time you see me, I'll be in a different room because I will be in the other room. So I may play the music. We'll have to see who lives underneath here. Maybe I should go and ask her who's in the spare room. I'm going to move myself to the spare room, and I hope you move through your week exactly as you should, by fostering that resilience and that trust and showing up for yourself. I can't show up for myself here because I can't end the stream. I can't see for the sunshine. I hope you get some sun today. Have a great day. Lots of love, everybody.